So today Oliver and Oleg will review number of shoes for you. So these will be Vibram 5 Fingers, Ultra, Paradigm, Newtons and Merrell. And in each of them we ran at least 100 miles. So that's like 160 kilometers. Okay, today we want to review another new Newton shoe that I enjoy very much. It's the Newton MV3. Well, when you go to the website, you don't find the Newton MV3 anymore. They just gave it a different name. It's still the same shoe as the Newton Tri-Racer. So the old MV3 is the new Newton Tri-Racer. There's nothing really different. So let's first talk about architecture. Now, you see basically directly one thing, namely the stack height. You see how few cushioning you have, and that the thickness here at the heel is identical to the thickness at the forefoot. Well, what that does is with all Newton shoes, it propels you, it invites you to do a nice midfoot, forefoot strike. So look at the locks. Use the same structure. There's no rubber here. There's not much here. So the main thing that's happening is actually here, because here's where you land with your foot. Here is where you propel the forward movement. And I'm telling you, these shoes are the lightest that we have reviewed so far. These are just, what is this? Paper, I think. Paper. It's exactly.
It's air. It's basically air. I think it flies.
So. It does fly by itself.
Right. So I'll post the grams here, somewhere here on the in the video. They are super light. When you want to run personal records, this is it. This is the shoe. All my personal records I run in this shoe. I put them on and I fly. It's like a volcano.
Magical shoes. These are magical. Newtons are truly magical.
Look at the fabric. See how breathable it is? So air comes in, sucks out the moisture, and you're having a good ride. Let's go to the quality of the shoe.
Yeah.
Well, this shoe I have ran about 200 miles, 220 miles, something like this. And you see they're holding up quite well. Well, I've used here quite a bit on this side, but that's because I'm running usually on the left side of the road, so I'm hitting this a little bit more. So you don't pay attention to this. Most important is this. You see how much life I still have to have in this shoe? There's still, actually here you see, but it's still rubber. That with the right shoe I seem to hit the ground a little harder. But I would say there's about 150 miles still in this shoe. So you pay about, I think, $120 for the shoe. And then for 400 miles, it's a more expensive, on the more expensive side. But the fact that this shoe makes you run personal records, makes you fly. We just put it on. You must run fast. So.
Yeah, and this shoe, comparing to another shoe, there is actually another shoe that we reviewed also, which is Newton, also Distance 5. So this one is especially for triathlons, I would say.
Yeah.
Triathlons, because it's just so easy to put
on.
Like
a sock.
Yeah, so it's just easy to put it on and take it off. So when you run, like when you need to jump from the bike into the shoe, you just do it very easily, or from water into the shoe.
Right.
So this is very, very good. And what I would like to mention also, Newton's customer service, because I received a shoe Distance 5, and it was one size shorter for me. So, and I just emailed them, and they sent the shoe to me, and they said, send us the other shoe back after you receive it. So the customer service was simply outstanding.
Wow.
I told them when I need the shoe, and they overnighted, literally overnighted.
And they know what they do.
They do.
So you have a question, and they are not, talking nonsense. They answer your question. So, great shoe. Well, one little thing that I'm going to mention here, also later when we go into the comfort session. You see this? Well, this is a little bit of my own fixing of a problem in the shoe, and that has to do that between the webbing outside. You see this? The webbing here. And the inside sole, there's this little gap. Well, that doesn't really bother you if you're running just 10K or 6 miles or so. But if you're running longer than 6 miles, let's say a half marathon, you tend to, squeeze your skin in here again and again and again and again. At a certain moment you're getting a blister. So therefore I had to actually fill it up with a little silicone to fill the gap. So that might be an issue for people who have a little wider feet and who are catching this edge. And I do not even have that wide of a foot, so I could imagine this is an issue for more people. But when you're running short distances, 10K, 6 miles, 10 miles, this is a shoe. Okay, so now speaking about the comfort of the Newton Tri-Racers. So very comfortable shoe, I must really say. Because of the flexible mesh, you can spread your foot, you're not getting squeezed in. The damping of the sole is not that much, but since the shoe propels you to run fast, you don't need much damping. In fact, damping would be counterproductive. There's cushioning, but not that much. You're actually translating your power into speed very efficiently. So you're really going. That's why Newtons in general, but definitely the Tri-Racer, are shoes that make you run personal records. I have one issue though that really kind of bothers me, but that issue only comes up when I'm running 10 miles more. And that is that I showed you the space between the inline sole and the outer fabric does make you dip into it a bit with your especially outside parts of the feet, and this constant dipping in a bit doesn't hurt you. You even don't notice it for the first 6-10 miles, but then after that it can develop in a blister. So that's an issue I have with the shoe, but it's an excellent shoe for half marathons. I would say from the half marathon on, then this could get an issue for you. If not, this is a shoe to run a marathon PR. That's what I say. Recommend that shoe.